All right, so today I'm going to be talking about real estate investment trust, or REIT. So what are REITs? So basically REITs are companies that own income producing real estate. They're like the real estate version of a mutual fund because they basically create a portfolio of real estate that people are able to invest in on publicly on the publicly traded stock market. So it allows people to own a portion of real estate without having to buy an actual building. So how it works. So a company, they'll either own, operate, or finance a property that produces income. And then what they do is they turn around and they lease that property to a tenant. And then when they pay rent, the money that they make off of the rent, they use that to pay dividends to their investors or shareholders. And they're required to pay 90% of what they make off of that income to their shareholders. And from what I read, most companies will even do 100%. So the types of REITs, you've got equity, mortgage, public, and private. Equity is the most common form. It's basically an owned or operated income producing piece of real estate or portfolio. You've got mortgage, and how they make money is they lend money to people who want to purchase real estate or operate it, and then off of the interest is how they make money. Public, so this should have said public non-listed because they are required to register with the SEC, but they are not required to, they're not publicly traded. But investors who want to invest in those, they have to meet specific requirements in order to invest. And then you've got private, which is not registered with the SEC and it's not publicly traded. So rates today and in the future. So from 1998 to 2017, they were considered the top performing asset class in 6 of those years. They had an average annual return of 8.67, which was the second best asset class for that time frame. So the Vanguard Rate Index admin has a current yield of 4.3%, which is really enticing. It's better than rates typically do better than standard bonds would do. So that's why they're pretty enticing to people. And some of the influencers of how rates perform are how the stock market's performing, business sectors, tax laws, and portfolio managers. One thing for people who are looking to invest in rates in the future is the emergence of like e-commerce and rapid delivery, because those pose a threat to businesses who primarily rely on customers who visit their physical locations. So all of those factors play into how it's going to affect the future of rates. So it's really hard to tell right now how they're doing. If e-commerce and rapid delivery were to head in the same direction and rates and people purchasing in physical stores were to head in the same direction in the future, rates would probably take a pretty big hit. Unless they were able to do something differently to attract people to come to their actual physical locations. So that's the end of my presentation.